First, I'm going to see how I'm going to lay out this painting. This rocks, really dark color, will be the darkest colors in the painting. I want to move it a little bit higher than move away from the middle line. There's some white shapes at the front over here, moving from here and to this side. First, I'm going to apply a layer of the gray colors, a middle tone, to go through here from the sky all the way to the water over here, starting from the sky. I'm going to take some red color, move it in here. This will be a good color. I'm going to add a little bit blue. So let's see, I'm going to take lots of water because this is going to start from the top all the way down to the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to start with this color first. Watch out for this. If this is the rock, say this is the rock, maybe here. If this the rock and this little islands in the background here. Okay, just want to lay that out. And so okay, I got it. So I'm going to continue. Wash that down here. I'm going to leave some white. I'm going to keep coming down. Okay, now we have some white here around the rock. Now keep coming down here. I'm going to change it to a little bit more blue. Come down to the water here. Okay. It just use the corner of my brush. Just tap on the paper. Even you have a large brush, doesn't really mean you're going to use the full brush. So now this is the first layer. Now has settled. The color is still wet. Maybe I'm going to start painting into this island first. So I'm going to use my number 12 round brush. And round brush, it will be pretty good with painting that kind of shapes. And I'm going to add a little burnt umber. Take this color and I'm going to mix with the dark color again. And then have some burnt umber. a little bit red. That's good. I'm gonna see. So this is the island. Maybe not so dark, so I'm gonna have some water. A little bit more burn umber into the mixture, because it's in a very kind of far in the distance, so it's okay to have it a little blurry. Plus it's in a snowy day. Okay, and now I'm gonna working into the second layer. I need to do a little bit faster, catch the timing. That's good. A little bit. The yellow tone. Good. So I'm gonna see, I'm gonna starting over here. Oh, the paper getting dry already. It's a horizontal line. So let's see. Okay, I'm gonna keep coming down. I'll take care of the gradations later. Okay, I'm gonna put a few of the shapes. Okay, down here is still kind of too wet to form any shape into the here. So come back to do that a little bit later. But I'm gonna take care of that shape. What I'm gonna do, because since this already dried, I'm gonna turn this around and let the color coming down this way. Clean my brush, just make it just water, no color. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just wash this edge, let it be soft. It looks like some white line over there, so I'm gonna add a color. Even make it a little darker, it's okay for the sky. Now I'm gonna turn it back to this side. I'm going to totally soften this area. I want to we do the treatment. Okay. Now I'm going to do the ocean again. A little bit red. Good. Okay. And just use this side. Try to keep it a little bit organic shape, a little random. Okay, that's good. That transition is exactly what I wanted. Okay, I'm going to keep it coming down. Now start working into the shape of the details, the detail shapes in the water. Okay, it's good. Now the timing is also good. It's not too dry and it's not wet. Look at the angle of the shape. It represents the movement. Like that. I'm going to tap on here to add some color to fill in those white. Okay, I'm gonna use a smaller brush and create those small shapes into this area. And even I'm probably gonna use lifting off to create the lighter shape in this area too, right? This is the good timing for that. Okay, I'm gonna wash this brush and put it on the side. Now I'm changing it to my number 12 round brush. First, I'm going to remove some of those colors. So I don't want it to be accumulated over here and create troubles. Okay. Now, since this brush is still kind of dry, so I'm going to use that to actually create some of the light shape. You also can use tissues, this task. Do a little bit faster. Okay, over here too. Have some little soft light colors connecting into the wave. Okay, that's so far so good. By the way, the paper that I use is Arches, cold press, 140 pound. I've been doing quite a bit of demos with Stramor, but today I'm using the Arches paper. Each paper has somehow different personality, different feeling when you use the water on the paper and render the different amount of colors and have different effect. Okay, good. Now I'm gonna take some of the colors and start putting some smaller shape. Try to make it a lot more random. So look for the shape and what shape do you want to keep and which area has more shapes together and which area has more isolated. And keep your feelings through the entire painting process. And this is a little lighter transitions. So I'm gonna also have that a little lighter connected. I'm gonna have this a little bit lighter too. I'm gonna change to my 1-inch flat brush. I'm going to start after taking out some colors. Arches watercolor paper is a little less easy compared to Stramor or Kenson's, but this is, you still can take out some colors. I'm going to get help from this synthetic flat brush. Okay, and also I can add some color here to form the shape to create a little bit more contrast to this area. Okay. A little bit shape in here too. Look a little bit darker. So now I think this is good. Over here, I'm not going to work it into the dark colors for the rocks and also reform the islands. I'm using this 1/2-inch flat brush. I'm getting some burnt umber for the yellow. That's just too bright, these colors. I don't need to be so bright. Okay. We'll try to make it look close to gray colors. So get a little red, a little blue, and this color is better. So let's come back in here. That's good. Now I'm working into the rock here. This color needs to be much darker. I'm gonna add a little more red into this color, a little bit blue. Try to make it darker. A little bit more red. Like this. And now there's another piece of rock on this side. Like that. Let's see. I want to take a look at the composition. I want to move this rock a little bit more to this side. I want to make it look a little bit bigger. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Now I'm going to make this color a little bit lighter by lifting up some color away from here. Okay, that's good. Now let's see. Okay, I'm gonna make the shape over here also a little bit darker too. So I'm gonna come back to get help with my 1-inch brush. I'm gonna take the little bit more blue color mix in here. If you remain the consistent color mixing systems, very easy to mix the colors again. Okay, this is good colors. So I'm gonna start over here again. Okay, squint my eyes so I can see the contrast, also see the entire paintings at once. It's important that you see the whole things as one piece of artwork instead of they are isolated. You see the whole movement, how they move through from one corner to the other corner of the painting. Okay. Sometimes I use the full brush. Sometimes I only use a corner. That's much better. I just create a little stronger movement through these paintings by having this new darker colors for the water. And I'm going to use the same color to brush through some of the small shape in this area. Okay. A little lighter. So I'm going to turn it around this side. I'm going to have it softly brush through. So I have this color connected to the lighter color up here. Put back here and see how it looks. Let go some of the color, and let's go make it less as wet. I'm just going to brush through here. Okay, have the color to be a little smoother. It actually looks good. I want to use my painter knife to do a couple scratch. A little detail for the rock. That's good. A little bit darker shape on the water. Make a few lines here, that's good, to enforce the movement. Okay. I'm gonna return some of the white shape in the background here. Just a little suggestion. Keep squinting your eyes so you can see you can see how things connected. Now the painting is ready to add the snow on the top. I'm going to use this toothbrush to mix with. How you gonna look? Don't let the color drop too much. Make the sky a little bit more white. A little bit more in the sky area. And I'm gonna take up those too much. I'm gonna just use this dry brush. A little bit too much. I'm gonna have a few more into this area. Now the painting is completed.